Okay, the next one is, it's just kind of maybe an insecurity that people have, I guess. And I had this insecurity as well. I don't want to, I want to make people happy. I want to, I want to do people right in this business, and I was worried that I was going to disappoint sellers and insult them if I was making offers that were too low. And the question that I get is, what do I do if I insult sellers with my offers? Here's the thing. In this business of real estate wholesaling, what makes the whole process work is getting houses under contract at the very beginning of the process at really aggressive prices. And you can't get houses under contract at aggressive prices unless you make low offers. And you can't make low offers without any risk of insulting a seller. All right? So part of it is that you just have to accept the fact that people are going to get insulted with your offers. It's just going to happen. Part of what you can do is just have some courtesy and some tact, when you're presenting offers. For instance, here's two polar opposite examples. On one hand, if you go in and you're like, Mr. Seller, your house is kind of a piece of garbage. It's really not worth my time unless I can get this house under contract at a price of, maybe $2,000. So, take it or leave it. That's the best I can give you, on your piece of trash house. So, if you do that, they're going to take it the wrong way. On the other hand, if you do something like this, maybe they'll react better. You can say, hey, Mr. Seller, the offer that I can make you on this house, it is low, but at the same time, there's a lot of work that needs to go into the house. I'm taking on, the risk of having to manage this project and put a lot more of my money into the house. So, I think my offer is justifiable, seeing that your house does need a good bit of work. But, please don't be insulted. I'd like to work with you on this house if you might consider my offer. But, just take the offer and think about it and let me know if you might consider accepting it. So that's the approach number two. I hope you can kind of see, the differences there. You're making the same offer, but it's just kind of how you're interacting with the seller. So, have some courtesy and some professionalism when you present your offers, and you don't have anything to worry about. But bottom line is, you kind of have to get beyond having a fear of insulting people. Just run your numbers, make the offer that makes sense to you, and move on to the next one. A lot of sellers, probably the vast majority of them, they are not as in tune with the value of their property and not as in tune with real estate in general as you and I are. And they often kind of hold their house to a higher value than what it's really worth. So kind of educating them a little bit is another thing that you can do. Just tell them, hey, I'm basing my offer on what other houses are selling for in the area. And your house does need a good bit of work that kind of knocks the my offer price down a bit more. So, with all those factors considered, I hope you can kind of understand why I'm making you this low offer. So, don't get too bent out of shape about insulting sellers. A lot of it can be avoided just by how you interact with the sellers. But, regardless, you've got to make the offer that makes sense for you. We're not realtors. We're not really trying to serve the seller and meet their needs as much. It's got to be a win-win. But for a deal to work, it has to work out for you, and it all starts with making the offer that makes sense. So just focus on that. Focus on getting the offer out there, and focus on delivering the offer in a way that is courteous and diplomatic. And if the seller gets insulted, just just roll with it. You know, put them in a follow-up sequence, talk to them again another month or 6 months down the road, and you know, if they want to sell their house, their tune will change. Even if they're insulted, you know, with the initial offer. It's funny how people end up coming around once some time has passed. All right, so that's it for this one. Moving on.